This is our third attempt at unboxing this big boy. This is the Lowe's Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface animatronic. We won this guy on a raffle from Hogs Halloween. If you don't know who they are, I'm going to put a link in the description below. Follow them on Facebook. They're the ones that set up the annual Southeastern PA Halloween flea market. We're going in August, first weekend of August every year. If you go, we will see you there. So let's go ahead and get this guy unboxed and get him together. I did not bother to put him back in the box as he originally was because that would be too much leg work. Because this is our third time putting this boy together. So we got his shoes, his legs. This is his torso. His hips. His head. This is made by Gemmy, very good animatronics. One thing I have noted is that the costume for this guy is very well made. They usually make the costumes very thin and very cheap to keep the weight down so that it doesn't bog down the movement of the animatronics and the gears and the mechanisms. But the pants on this guy, the apron, the shirt, very high quality. It's not that cheap nylon stuff. I mean, it's still nylon, but it's very, very thick, very well made together. This should last for a long, long time. So you got his pants, his bloody apron, and his button-down shirt with a tie. There is also this lining that kind of bulks out his torso a little bit. It's got a hole in the front for the sensor. That kind of bulks him out a little bit, keeps the shirt away from the frame and the turning mechanism and everything. So the only thing I don't like is this is not attached to the frame in any way. There's no Velcro to wrap it around the frame to kind of hold it in place so it kind of rides up. But there's probably some ways to fix that with zip ties or something. I'll probably mess with that when I set him out this Halloween. So there's the lining. There it is, the nice shirt. Very nice. It got shoulder padding. It goes down to the forearms, kind of bulks out his arms a little bit. The motion sensor is right here in the tie. So you got that. And then there is the try me button or the step pad function as well. So you got the shirt. And this is his apron. Like I said, very nice. This is not cheap. This is almost like a canvas material. It's woven. So it's very, very thick. It looks like an actual apron that I might wear someone who's going to cook out during the summer. That's how nice this apron is.
And it comes with his own try me button.
They do have try me button for this guy. I'm not sure if that's just the Gemmy thing or a Lowe's thing. We don't usually buy a whole lot of animatronics from Lowe's. I wish they could sell those try me buttons. Downsides so far that we've noticed with this guy, this is the chainsaw. It is the cheapest blow molded plastic you can possibly think of. This is like dollar store stuff. So obviously they want to keep the weight down. The chain teeth don't move. There's nothing mechanical about this at all. It is just very, very cheap blow molded plastic. Way cheap garbage. And getting this thing in this guy's hands is not easy. You'll see as we go through the setup. And the instructions on this thing are horrible. So we follow the directions. Some of the things are like out of whack and out of sequence of what they actually should be. But we'll put it together the way we figured it out, and then we'll go from there. So I think that's everything out of the box. We'll get this out of the way, start getting this guy set up, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we are back. As you can see, you have the base frame, his shoes. These are the leg pieces. Good thing about the leg pieces on this guy is they are both exactly the same, so there's no confusion over which way they attach. You don't have to worry about mixing up the right leg and the left leg. They are both identical. Makes it so much easier to put this guy together. Put that there. There in the pants. Even the pants are slightly thicker at the top around his thighs to keep it kind of bulked out. I'm going to adjust the camera and we'll start working our way the rest of the way. Be right back. Okay, so we have the torso piece. There is the hip section. There are some slots that go into the back right there. Just like that. There's the front. All these joints are the pin locking mechanism, which are nice. Holds everything together nice and sturdy. Button in, there we go. His pants up so he's decent. Okay. Now one thing we noticed is when we put him together, the white shirt, the lining actually blocks your access to the box in the back. So before you put that on, plug your stuff in, because once you get on, you got to pretty much take everything back off. They have you get them completely dressed, put the shirt on, button all that up in the back, and then you got to plug all the stuff in. You got to undo everything and plug everything back in. It's a royal pain. And there is no off function on this guy, which is really, really annoying. So it's either try me button or step pad or the motion sensor. So that's the only two settings you have for him. When you put the lining on, there is a hole in the front right here to run the sensor through. That's on his shirt. So make sure you put the hole in the other lining in the front. And then his shirt. There is the sensor wire. Just gotta fish that through. Plug it in here. And then just kind of put that on loose for now until we can get his arms through. And yeah, they had you put this together as Velcro pieces all along the back of the shirt. They had you close all that together and then try to put the arms and stuff on. It was insane. Very difficult to do once you get the sleeves and everything all buttoned up. So this thing you're going to put this together. Our third time's a charm here so far. So you got to pull the sleeves down, 50s on. There's no way you're going to do this with this shirt closed in the back. Alright, so put his head on, then I'll close up his collar. Other thing I don't like that we've seen so far, while I do like the design on his head, again, it's just blow molded plastic. So, I mean, this is okay for the most part. It does have gaps. It kind of looks like gaps for the eyes and the mask around the mouth. But they didn't do that around the neck, so it kind of takes away the illusion that he's wearing a mask. And then on the bottom, it doesn't lock in place. It has like this rectangular block of hollow blow molded plastic. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but you can see that it just slides down into a metal rectangle on the frame. It doesn't lock in place. So, I mean, when we tried to do this the first time, we were putting it on, we kept trying to like move his shirt around and button his shirt, it kept popping his head out. So that was kind of annoying. So we can now get his shirt all buttoned up. Or Velcroed up, I should say, because there's no buttons back here. Another thing they tell you is to put the chainsaw in his hands first, get that all situated, and then put his apron on. That was a mistake. It's much easier to put the apron on first, then put the chainsaw in his arms and his hands. Okay, now the fun part. The instructions don't tell you this, but this chainsaw, you actually have to pop, I think it was this one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it without popping one of these things. There we go. You have to pop one of these off because this splits in the middle. The instructions don't tell you this. You have to pull this piece apart because it comes together in one piece. You have to pull that apart, pop that out, and then you can get it in his arms. So, this is not easy. Trying to figure out how to do this the first time was a real nightmare. So, it's got to go through there like that. And the instructions don't tell you how to do any of this of how to put it in his arms. You're figuring all this stuff out on your own. It just says put the chainsaw in his hands. This has to pop in there if you will. This is a cheap little plastic. There we go. Alright, so he is completely assembled. I'm going to have to move him over a bit to get him plugged in, and I'll reposition the camera. Just give me 1 second. He is plugged in now. One of the other things that I noticed when putting this guy together, there's no volume control for this guy. And he's kind of loud in person, but for whatever reason when we're recording him, he is extremely loud. I was doing some editing on my laptop to do the first video when I realized the sound quality was terrible in the first go-round. And it was like ear-piercing sound. So what I'm going to do is we're going to pause here for a second. The way I can do a transition into his animatronic operation. I'll cut the volume down on that spot. Then I'll do another cut and run it at full volume just so you can see the difference in how loud this thing actually is. So this is his full operation clip with the sound volume turned down on the editing portion. So here we go. And by the way, that's all he does. He doesn't make any other sounds. It says the chainsaw, some screaming in the background. That's it. There's not 2 or 3 different sound combinations he makes, or not songs, but screaming or chainsaw noises. He doesn't shriek or anything. There's no other variety. It's just that. So we'll do another cut here in a transition, and this is what it's going to sound like on full volume. I won't adjust the volume in editing. So here we go. So that is him at full volume, no editing, no sound editing during the editing process. He's in full volume. You can tell the difference in sound. So that is.
You want to do his motion test?
Oh, we can do the motion test. All right, let me undo him here, and we'll do the motion sensor test. So this is the annoying part. There's no way to reach into his. This is the only thing about this lining. Alright, so this is the motion sensor test. Remember, it's right here up on his upper thigh. motion sensor test. I am kind of curious how sensitive that is, because I would like to put like a strobe light on him, kind of get some more spookier effect. And the strobe, because the strobe light helps hide some of the lines from the blow molding process, kind of helps hide the fact that that's a cheap ass chainsaw. I would like to paint this up a little bit. The metal parts are just too shiny metal. That should be like kind of rusted and make it look like an actual chainsaw, not just a piece of silver blow molded plastic. And then kind of paint this up a little, make it look more like an actual chainsaw. I don't know what they have with this speckled yellow Mountain Dew looking thing. So
Maybe it's supposed to be mud.
mud or dry blood or something. I guess I don't know. It don't look like a chainsaw to me. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to paint that up, make it look a little more chainsaw-y. So.
Do you know what the range of the sensor is?
Well, that's what I was saying. I don't know what it's going to, how sensitive it is. About a foot, so we'll go about 2 feet. About 2 feet, that's not too bad. Let me try about 3 feet. Range is about maybe 2 to 3 feet. That is with the light directly over the head, so it might not be. It might be a little different with the lights out, or with a spotlight on them, or a strobe light on them. One thing I do notice is that
The sensor's kind of high.
its sensor is really high because they put it up on the collar of the tie. It would have been nice if they had put it like on the front of his apron somewhere with another hole or something, or on. Shut up. So, yeah, if they had put it on like the knot of the tie, like right here underneath the knot, something a little bit lower, it lives up a little too high, and I don't think it's going to stay angled down. I have to try to play with that to see if I can angle it down a little bit if I want to use the sensor on him. It doesn't really angle down, so I'm not sure what to do about that, but I'll have to fiddle with that when we set him up. Because I'm going to try different lighting and stuff like that to see what happens. So.
He definitely needs more blood on his arms. They're too clean.
Yeah, I mean, they could have did a better job painting this guy.
And line that way.
The blood on the hands looks like somebody used a Sharpie. It don't look like real blood. It's just a couple. There's like a line here. Like they just really bad paint job on the hands. It would have been nice to have some like his thumb is not individual blow mold. There's no crease for his thumb, so he just painted a black line to make the thumb. Not the best paint job in the world. The mask is okay. I don't mind the mask, but the arms are really bad. Chainsaw's really bad. Costume is great. I don't even mind the Geraldo hairdo there. That's not too bad. But, sound is good. Really loud in person. Really loud in recording. I'll make sure I tone that down in editing. But other than that, that is the Lowe's Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre animatronic from Gemmy Industries. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Alright, so this is the Leatherface. We're doing a black light check. See how he looks under the black light. So the measure sensor on the shirt kind of goes a little bit. Would have been nice if the shirt been a little bit whiter. Would have really would have popped. But let's see how he looks in the black light. I guess we're good.
See you next time.
Before we go, I alluded earlier that we won this guy from Hogs Halloween, and to go visit their Facebook page. I'm going to leave a link in the comments below in the description. One of the great things about Hogs Halloween is they hold weekly raffles for animatronics. That's where we actually won this guy. This is a $279 animatronic from Lowe's. They sell raffle tickets, 3 for $10. We bought 6 tickets, $20, and we won this guy.
With free shipping.
With free shipping. It is including, they're so fantastic about Hogs Halloween. They include shipping to ship the animatronic to you or whatever they're raffling off. Fantastic. You can't beat this guy for cost us $20. No shipping. Brand new in the box. He had all the plastic on him, even the hairhead, so I had a hairnet on it from Gemmy Industries. So do yourself a favor, follow Hogs Halloween, get with them, follow them, get into the raffles if you like the animatronics they're raffling off, and maybe you can win one of these guys like we did. All right? Thanks again.